What is going on, Outlaws? We are back and better than ever. Today's episode, we are going to be doing the budget hack on a kayak. And today's budget hack is going to be a fish crate. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I went over to Academy the other day and they had these pre-made fish crates. Those things were like $40, $45. I'm not going to spend that. I ain't got that kind of cash flow. So today we're going to show you how you're going to do it for roughly around 15 bucks. So stay tuned and I'm going to get this camera flipped around and I'm going to be right back. Now, for this budget build, it's really simple. We're only going to need a few short things. So I went to Walmart the other day and I picked up this right here, this crate. Now, you get a regular milk crate, those things are going to run you anywhere from $9 to $12, depending on where you get them from. And that's if they even got them. And not only that, but those things are, I mean, for being plastic, they're still pretty heavy. Now, this thing right here was at Walmart. We gave $5.97 for this. And it's very lightweight, like extremely lightweight. Now, although it is a little bit flimsier than what your milk crate is, I mean, it's lightweight. And with kayaking, it's all about weight. You want to put as much as you can on that thing because you don't know how long you're going to be out in the water. So for this build, you're going to need this right here. You're going to need some zip ties, a couple of old pole holders. I got these at Academy. They came with some aluminum rod that they stick in the ground for bank fishing, but the aluminum rods finally broke and these things were only $2.97 a piece. Then you're also going to need a drill to drill some holes and a hammer. I'm just kidding about the hammer. We're not going to beat the hell out of this thing. Alright guys, so for this next step here, or the first step I guess, what you're going to want to do is you're going to set the crate in the back of your kayak first. And as you can tell, you know, your milk crate, it's square. This thing is more rectangular, and it actually, I mean, it fits in there extremely well. Like it don't move hardly. And for this Pelican Catch 100, it's just the perfect spot for it. I mean, it fits flawlessly. But what we're going to do now is we're going to take this, and let me bring the camera around here so I can show you better. We will take this right here. So we will take this right here and we're going to position it and we're going to find our drill holes. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to make sure that, see, like this is a tight spot here, you want to just make sure that you get it to where it's going to fit. So you don't want to put one right here because then it's going to throw your whole basket cattywampus. So I think we're going to put one right in there at the corner, and we're going to put one right in here. And then if we get enough time, we'll put two more on the other side. But for now, I only need two because I don't plan on taking more than 2 poles at a time. And by the way, little note to self, when you're drilling into these plastics of any kind, with having a kayak, you know, you tend to get some scratches, dings, chips, and occasionally in a hole. And when you need to go to weld that plastic, you're going to need plastic. So anytime I go into a plastic, I save the shavings and I put them in a little jar, set them off to the side. Half the time I tend to forget about them, but when I do remember them, I can patch my kayak. So step 1, drill the hole. I guess step 2, ain't it? So we're gonna put the other one right in there. Oh, right there. All right. Now all we gotta do is put our pole holders on there and get some zip ties. So like I said before, guys, save all these little shavings. You never know when they're going to come in handy. So what we're going to do is we're just going to line this up the best we can, and we're going to put one zip tie through the top here, and then we're going to put another one going around the bottom, and that's just to further secure it. And we'll tighten them all real tight once we get it right where we want it. You just gotta kind of bear with me for a minute because my tripod on my GoPro broke, and so I got my kayak GoPro holder holding it right now and got it clamped to the milk crate. So I'm hoping you guys can see this really okay, and if you're not, I apologize in advance, but I have no other way to shoot it really. So you get that right through there. There we go. Now we will just tighten these things down, and as you can tell, nice and secure. So what we'll do is we'll trim these off, and then we got some more stuff we're going to add to it, and then also we're going to customize it just a little bit, so stay tuned. So for our next step, this is where the customization comes in. All you're going to need is a can of flat spray paint of any color and some Dawn dish soap. Let's get it. What you will do is you take this Dawn dish soap and you just go around like so, flip this over and do the same thing. Oh yeah. Don't worry about getting in the grass. If anything, it keeps the mosquitoes away. Heck, let's just do the bottom too. And it doesn't matter what way you put that Dawn dish soap on, whether you want swirls, stripes, diagonal lines, crosses. You put it on how you want to put it on, because that's, after all, that's, you know, that's what makes it yours. Because I promise you, when you're done, ain't nobody gonna have a box like you. Okay, so now what we're gonna do, we're gonna let that dry for just a second, and then we'll get the water hose and I'll show you where the magic comes into play. So now that we've let this dry for a while, I'm going to show you where the magic comes into play. And for this, you're going to need a water hose and a spray nozzle. But if you don't have a spray nozzle, do it the old school way. Just hold your thumb over the water hose and let her rip, right? Yeah, that'll work. Now we'll just set this somewhere and let it dry. Alright folks, so as you see the finished results, and like I said, this is your custom box, custom color. You can paint it whatever color you like. I just happen to have some flat white laying around, and you always want to use flat paint when you're painting on that Dawn dish soap. Goes on a lot better, don't have no runs. But as you can tell, this thing fits perfectly in this Pelican Catch 100, and when it's strapped down, I mean, you're at this point, you're moving the whole kayak, so it's not going nowhere, and it lays flat on the bottom just like it should. Use this to carry all your fishing gear, your tackle boxes, your anchor and whatnot. I think the only thing that I might add to it later on is going to buy me some cheap swim noodles and cut them in half, lay them down in the bottom there. That way when I put my anchor and stuff in there, it doesn't make much noise, because you know as well as I do, when it comes to fish, they hear every little noise from the boat, and we're trying to prevent that. But as it sits, this particular box right here with the pole holders, and it weighs approximately maybe 1.5 pounds. And what this thing is, when I found this at Walmart, I didn't explain earlier, I actually found this in the school section, and this is a box that goes in the bottom of a locker. So this is a locker room box, and like I said, it is very light, weighs next to nothing, and honestly it fit better than what a milk crate would. So very impressed with it, and I hope you guys enjoyed this. Like and subscribe. Make sure you double click that bell for any upcoming videos. We got some other mods that we are going to show you later on, and so stay tuned, and I'll hit you on the next one. Peace.